Thank you, Richard. And thank you for welcoming back on the stage. So first of all, let's just get elephant out of the room, right? Everyone is congratulated, everyone. But now what? Like, what does the job market look like? So let's just get out of the room. Last year at this moment, I recruited 2 fresh graduates from one of you guys, and this is very last year cohort, so it's a very fresh data point. They are now part of my team. One is based in Chicago, one is based in Hong Kong, and we operate as one of the largest global banks in the world, a team of 1,500 people, and guess what? 2 of them are top performer and being wanted in every single project. So that is really a very true guarantee for the parents and the students. You being cultivated very well in the education here, so no worry. Now is your time. And so that's something about job market I just want to get out of the room before you're getting worried and no more money support from your family at this point now, because you are doing well. So I'm very honored to get back here after 17 years ago, sitting in the same place, the same concert hall. So we're really honored to be here. And the past 17 years, I've been trying to stay very close to academia. So in addition to my full-time job, I'm working with a lot of academia projects. The key is to just stay very close with a bright mind and to continue my own learning in addition to my full-time job. So very honored to be here, and thank you for all the welcome from the distinguished faculty and all of you guys. So one thing I would like to talk about is about karma. So that's my topic today, and particularly karma in business. Karma is in a very abstract and really hard to define term. But here is what is defined in Hinduism and Buddhism. Karma means action, work, or deed. It also refers to some spiritual principle of cause and effect, where your intent and action of individual influence the future of individual. So you guys learned a lot about correlation, causality, I'm sure, from Professor Ed. So I hope you guys ready to put a big database, 200 variable into proper equation by now. So karma is causality, right? It's not correlation. It's more oftentimes, it's causality. And it's what you put forward and what you are going to receive in the future. When I just fresh graduated from undergrad, I was like 22, got into the first job, a tech company. I was a venture capital analyst, doing very well for the first year. Always set on my mind, since with the NYU degree, I always set on my mind I want to go to Hollywood. Apparently, things doesn't turn out in that way. And end up in banking, and very happy banking career. But for the first career, after 12 months into the job, I got approached with a great job market. When I decided to pack and move on to a bigger opportunity, bigger pay, bigger global coverage, I got yelled by the CEO of the company. And that time, I'm original from Taiwan, and I operate between New Jersey and Taiwan, and I got threatened. I'm going to cut all your network you earn from this company at this straight point on. It was very frightening if you're 22, right? And you're like, that's all I have. But I still make my decision and I move on. As you guys know, a lot of internet service companies become a commodity. 2 years later, after I decided to return school, which is a return Northwestern University, I learned from the second resource that a lot of executives also left that company. Internet service provider become a commodity. It is a big causality here. When you feel something is not right, it's probably not right? So always trust your instinct. And the good intent and good deed are very important to pave your career forward. And we learn, right, from the marketing, you always have either 3 point or 5 point to say, no more than 5 points. So I have a 5 point to conclude what I mean by karma in business that I would like to share with all of you as what I learned in the past 17 years in banking and 20 years in work career. Number 1 is always generous of your time to your colleagues and your client, because it pays forward if you want someone to do the same to you. to dedicate time to yourself. Number 2, really see yourself a healthy and attractive individual and refuse to get angry too often. That is very important in the career space, and I found myself practice very well. I probably not practice very well in the home front. My daughter, 5 years old, probably think I get angry too often at home. But it's very important you don't get angry often at the job. Very simple, but very important. Number 3, see yourself as a leader, even you are not yet. You probably heard this a lot. But what does this really mean to you as a leader? Can you really write down what is the action does it take? Does that mean you inspire research and go ahead to do it and present it back? Does that mean you are actually trying to call a team to work together with you and collaborate? So what does that mean for you as a leader, even you are not there yet? Let's take a ponder here and please write it down because it is very important to see yourself in that way. Number 4, always responsible for your career and speak the truth about yourself and who you are every day in a very compassionate way. Because when you go out to the job market, people see you, the skill you have, who you truly are. So be really truthful and with authentic and a compassion view is always very important when you get out to the market. The last, free yourself from the world. That doesn't always work out in your own way. Before today, a lot of them, even I know you guys spend a lot of time, a lot of hours, hard work and dedication, but you will operate in a very, very safe environment, right? Now you step out of work, a lot of time, work and the world just doesn't operate the same way as when you are in the school. So be prepared for yourself, free yourself, discover what is that reboot button. When your phone doesn't work, you always reboot. So what is your button that you have to discover? So life is very unpredictable and always have its own adversity. I learned about karma from my very in-depth yoga practice, so 500 yoga hours practice, and it's so in-depth, I got myself certified as a yoga teacher when I got assignment in Asia with HSBC. So I wish someone had told me, in addition to a very heavy quantitative marketing research, marketing science I gained from all the school, this karma, how do you pay forward and your intent and action is something you are going to harvest for the rest of your career. And so that is the gift and my message to you. And again, congratulations, class 2019. You guys deserve it. You do great. Before the new year comes, let's take this karma into action. Write down 3 specific person you want to send forward with this karma. You could like on the LinkedIn, TikTok, WeChat, that's so cool. But let's write it down. What specific action this person, and then write down 3 of them, actually support you in the past 15 months. And send that note to that person electronically in a car before the new year ends, because that is the first step of your business karma going forward. Thank you very much. Congratulations.